No, what I'm saying is they already called him a weight bully. He beat Kell Brook coming off of a loss, an eye injury.
Yeah, so you can't say that he's not a Hall of Fame if he's beat world champions, you know.
When it comes to being great, it's not about just becoming undisputed. It's how you become undisputed.
Terence Crawford has completely dismissed Errol Spence Jr.'s push for a rematch, doubling down by questioning whether Spence even deserves a Hall of Fame spot. Crawford argued that Spence stayed in one weight class his entire career, while he became undisputed across multiple divisions. In Crawford's view, dominating only 147 pounds isn't enough to build a Hall of Fame legacy. And he made it clear he doesn't place Spence's accomplishments on the same level as his own.
Think Spence will be in the Hall of Fame?
Right now? No, how? He fought in one division. He had a WBC, WBA.
He wasn't undisputed.
Undisputed. He wasn't. No, what I'm saying is they already called him a weight bully. He beat Kell Brook coming off of a loss, an eye injury. He beat Sean Porter.
In all fairness, he had to go over there to get that.
You know what I mean? That's a good win. I'm still a fan. I hope he do well. But like, once it got to the point where I moved up in weight and I'm in the same weight as Spence, it's just like, oh man, you ain't fighting nobody. You this, you that, you this, you that. So now they trying to blemish my accomplishment just to boost him up. I'm like, dude, you're not gonna do that. Because I can retire right now and be in the Hall of Fame. He couldn't. Everything that I've accomplished, he's still trying to accomplish. I don't want to sound like I'm hating on him. I honestly don't know if he make it to the Hall of Fame with the accolade.
Despite the criticism, Errol Spence remains determined. He's openly called for a second fight with Crawford, insisting he wants another chance to prove himself. Spence believes he can make the proper adjustments and still give Crawford real trouble, even though the first fight ended in a one-sided defeat. To him, the story isn't over, and he's pushing hard for redemption.
Is there ever a possibility where you would rematch Errol Spence? Or is he in a position where he needs to win again before that makes sense for you?
The possibility is there.
Mm-hmm.
He's fighting for his title. I'm fighting for a title, and there's the possibility. He win his fight, God willing, I win my fight, God.
But Crawford shut that hope down quickly. Responding to Spence's call out on Twitter, he fired back with a sharp message. Errol Spence Jr., sorry, buddy, you've got to wait in line. Crawford made it clear that he's prioritizing other names and bigger opportunities for now, leaving Spence with no choice but to wait his turn.
Question, but I want your reaction. Is a Errol Spence rematch on the table still, or?
Nah.
Crawford's comments have ignited a big debate in the boxing world. Fans and analysts are split on whether a fighter of Crawford's status should speak so dismissively about another former champion. Some call it normal trash talk, but others believe Crawford crossed a line. Stephen A. Smith stepped in to defend Spence, saying it's unfair to overlook what Spence has accomplished. Spence fought elite opponents throughout his career, including a war with Sean Porter, and built a strong resume as a unified champion. Many believe attempts to diminish Spence's achievements are unnecessary and misleading.
I don't agree because he beat some notable names. You know, he beat Sean Porter, he beat Peterson,
Danny
Garcia. So you can't say that he's not a Hall of Fame if he's beat world champions, you know, and beat them like in a different way. So I don't agree with that innocent right that he said. I think he a Hall of Fame. I feel like anybody who made it to that big stage and beat them big name champions is a Hall of Fame. He did something that nobody else done. So, you know.
Like technically, he's a three-time champ because he won 3 belts.
Yeah. He was unified. Wasn't he unified?
Yeah, he was unified. It was just one. He was one of three.
You can't say a person is not a Hall of Famer if he's unified. Once you unified, you made them. I feel like once you become a world champion, you made them history books.
Yeah, once you become a world champion, you make the history books, of course. But I feel
unified is Hall of Fame.
You think so?
Yeah.
Guaranteed?
Yeah. Because you got all the.
Since defeating Spence, Crawford has earned massive praise, but his recent comments have left many fans disappointed. They expected more respect from someone at his level. Ray Jackson pointed this out by reminding everyone that Crawford used to criticize fans for negativity. Yet now he's the one taking harsh shots at Spence.
Now, and be in the Hall of Fame, he couldn't.
Not think Spence will be in the Hall of Fame?
Right now? No, how?
Then, Bud, what you do? Because, Bud, Errol is your one, and you just shitted on him. I remember you dissing me on X because you want and deserve respect. And all of us are here to give it to you. But when you go shitting on another fantastic fighter who happens to be the marquee opponent on your resume, then brother, people are going to start flipping tables and they're going to start looking at you. Bottom line, Errol Spence is great and you whipped his ass. Sean Porter is great and you whipped that ass. And what you're daring to do to take on Canelo Alvarez is beyond great. Now with
boxing analyst Showbiz the Adult added that while Crawford's performance earned him admiration, his new attitude has changed how some fans view him. They respected his dominance in the ring, but the disrespectful remarks have caused some to rethink their support.
They said that Terence Crawford, his accomplishments aren't great enough. You have people jumping in my comments talking about two-time undisputed and all this shit. When it comes to being great, it's not about just becoming undisputed. It's how you become undisputed, how you become champion, who you face. Because hell, Devin Haney fought Kambosos to become undisputed in one swoop. What? That makes him as great as Ali? Hell no. So if you say that Errol Spence isn't a Hall of Famer, bud, we start looking at jobs. Let's talk about Spence. He got the belts and unified, but who did he take the belts from and what did he try to do with you? Spence's road that you're shitting on is more violent.
A major talking point now is how Spence's resume compares to Crawford's. Many boxing analysts argue that Spence consistently fought tougher competition. They say becoming undisputed isn't just about collecting belts. It's about facing the best available fighters. And by that standard, Spence's career shows he's taken on elite competition from the beginning, something that shouldn't be overlooked.
It's in the contract, so it's not if I'm open to it or not. It's, what's in the contract. And Errol gave me an opportunity and a shot at becoming the first male boxer undisputed, in any division in the 4-belt era. And I honor, that. And if he was to come to me or activate his rematch.
Crawford recently addressed the rematch clause in his contract with Spence, saying a second fight is still possible, but he hasn't made a decision yet. Fans want to know if Spence will get his shot at redemption, especially after Crawford's dominant victory in their first fight. For Spence, a rematch might be his one chance to show he can adjust, bounce back, and prove the first fight wasn't the full story.
Crawford wins. His movement, everything was, he wins. It doesn't matter if Spence was not strong or strong. He had more of the stuff to win that fight. And Crawford is a game player. He's gonna come. He coming to win. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I still say Crawford anyway, but I feel bad that we didn't see the true Spence fight Crawford. If that makes any sense. I just think that Crawford has more rhythm, more movement, more stuff. And not just having more movement, more stuff, he has the power and everything just to be one of those great fighters. He has everything. And if you have Spence is not one-dimensional, but in that fight, he was really one-dimensional, really stiff. And if they looked like they had really a lot of problems trying to get down to his weight, didn't have enough time to work on stuff they need to work on to, attack Crawford or to do anything to Crawford. And then when they got in the ring, he was so weak. Crawford dropping him with right jabs. We're like, dang.
Boxing legend Shane Mosley also weighed in, saying he believes Crawford would win again no matter how much Spence improves. Mosley even suggested Spence should avoid the rematch altogether and focus on rebuilding his career. Right when I saw that first fight, Mosley said, "I knew Crawford wins again."
Immediate rematch clause?
I don't know if it's gonna be at 54 or 47, but I'm sure he probably gonna push the weight up. But there's gonna be no change in the decision. The performance still is gonna be the same. Might be even a little bit better. So he might want to watch out before he activate the rematch.
Crawford's trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, agrees with Mosley. He predicted that a rematch would end the same way, emphasizing that Crawford's dominance wasn't a lucky night. It was skill, preparation, and levels.
I mean, why not? If Crawford wanna challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great, you know. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm with it. So, you know, I'll be going for Bud, you know, if he fight Canelo, I'll be going for him. I mean, I don't know if he gonna win or lose, but I'll definitely be going for Crawford. I think if anybody can pull it off, he can pull it off.
Yeah. You know,
He's chasing greatness, so why not? Canelo came up to 175 and that and fought Kovalev and fought the other guy too. So I mean, if he can do it, and he started at 147. So I mean, if he's doing it, why can't?
BOMAC insists nothing Spence does will change the outcome, but Spence refuses to let the loss define him. He argues that if Crawford is open to facing someone like Canelo Alvarez, then he should also be willing to give him a second chance. Spence believes that with the right adjustments, he can deliver a stronger performance, but many analysts warn him the reality is harsh. You're not gonna win this unless you get a knockout. You haven't landed clean all night. Is that punch really going to come? In the end, logic says, let go of the pride, live to fight another day. That's it for today's video.